all right. Like Matthew McConaughey. All right. I guess we can go ahead and get right into it and skip with the bullshit. Yeah. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on with Fender Studio Pro. Now, I've heard it said, and I've thought it too. We don't call Pro Tools Avid Pro Tools. We don't call Logic Apple Logic. We don't call Fruity Loops Image Line Fruity Loops. So we do not have to call Fender Studio Pro Fender Studio Pro. It's just going to be Studio Pro. Which it kind of messes up the legacy, and somebody brought it up before I've seen here on YouTube. I always felt the Studio One 3, Studio One 4, like that kind of felt weird to say a number next to a number, and I kind of get the logic behind that name change to some degree. And if you hear some weird noises in here, the dogs are, down at the ground surrounding me like they usually do, but they like to hang out with Dad when he's home. But yeah, so it's not so strange, really. I mean, I think it's a decent name, but just the logo, man. Like, we're used to. Let me go ahead and get the desktop rocking so you can see what I'm talking about. Follow my mouse here if you would. Down here at the bottom, we're used to this logo. We're not used to this logo. So it just, I don't know. I kind of miss the Studio One logo and the Studio One aesthetic in that way. I think Fender should, be proud of it and put its name on it for sure. That's fine, but I don't think its name needs to be the number one thing. It has a legacy. It has a user base that likes professional audio workflows without the glitches like Pro Tools and without the restrictions of some of Pro Tools, but mostly like FL Studio, for instance. It's hard to do some real audio editing in FL. I mean, I was side by side. I mean, I was using FL alongside Adobe Audition years ago. And then I transitioned for a short while into being a Pro Tools user, frustratingly, when I acquired Pro Tools. I could never get that. I could just never get it to stick. I'd have to bounce back and forth between DAWs for a long while, and it got annoying. But for MIDI stuff and beat production type stuff, because I'm into industrial music. I'm into like Nine Inch Nails and things that kind of blend genres together. I'm genre agnostic as my starting point. I'm more of an engineer than anything, but when I work on stuff, I don't care about genre. And I want a workflow like Studio One where you're not limited to do beat production alongside of some serious audio recording and editing and production and post-production and pre-production before all that. Like, it's good for all that. Thus the name One. Let's get off the desktop here. Let's get back to my main scene here. So thus the name Studio One. I think that was the intention. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Studio One was supposed to be the one DAW to incorporate all the workflows that a user may desire into one place, but more streamlined, reliable, functionable. And I believe they achieved that for a long time compared to Pro Tools and FL Studio, which I used side by side, or for a long time. Frustratingly, I should say. Or Adobe Audition and FL Studio, which I actually had better luck just using Adobe Audition just from a stability standpoint alongside FL Studio. I was able to rewire years and years ago when Adobe Audition was still in version 3. That was the early 2000s. And when I can't remember exactly when Rewire became available for FL, but it was somewhere in the late 2000s. Then I was rewiring in a cheap built PC, I mind you, I was rewiring FL Studio into Adobe Audition. Was able to do full productions mostly that way. And then Adobe Audition changed things, lost support, lost me as a customer. I moved on because they destroyed that DAW at version 4 to make it an editor focused upon, quit Rebel. It was an editor focused upon post-production for video. That's what they changed it to. And they dropped a whole lot of the workflows, including Rewire. And they just started implementing MIDI in version 3. And here, mind you, this is a company that bought Adobe Audition when it was called Cool Edit Pro by another company. So they've already acquired it, was changing it, had intentions to change it, changed it, and ruined it for music production. That's one example from way back, even before the acquisition from Gibson to Sonar Cakewalk, excuse me. And they destroyed that DAW for, well, I wouldn't say destroyed. They did bad work on that DAW and made it unusable for many users. And then it had to get reacquired and fixed. Had to be bug fixed essentially by another company. So anyhow, that's the main worry. I mean, there's dozens of examples of companies doing this. But I think Fender, being a music-based company and never really being able to achieve like good mixers on their own, that were up to the quality of presonus or any kind of software for that matter, I'm hoping that their intentions stay focused and pure, and I'm hoping that they do not turn their backs on us and try to make this DAW just for guitar players. Making it easier for guitar players to jump in, great, but not at the cost of losing the user base. I'm going to stop ranting. This has been online enough. There's no reason to keep beating a dead horse here. I wanted to get on here today and just have fun. They got these new guitar effects, going on in Fender, and I opened up my template, and it seems that everything opened just fine. And I think I just want to play around and just, nothing serious. Just see how it feels to get in here and start some production and see where it goes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hop off these headphones. And I got a new Be Right Back screen, which I may need to use real quick. But yeah, I'll be right back. I got to grab my phone so I can actually read comments because I'm a grandpa and I don't know how to put the widget on the screen yet in OBS. But yeah, I'll be back. All right, now that I'm back, my my Stream Deck did not quite work with the Be Right Back screen. I do not understand why. Let me address that real quick. So unprofessional. Okay, like it's highlighting both of them for some reason. I don't understand why that is. Okay, target preview. What's this one say? Scene preview program. Ah, I don't want to preview it. I want to program it. That's what's wrong. I get it. Now it's a program. Okay, so let's test it. Be right back. Intro. Scene. Okay, cool. All right, back to business. No more ranting, really. Well, one more thing. Back to the Cool Edit Pro acquisition when it turned into Adobe Audition. And then years later, version 4 is about to come out through Adobe. And I seen that they were rewriting everything and lost all the features that I relied upon to use as a DAW. And fun story, I went on their Facebook and discussed my concerns and being upset over the loss of features. And they pretty much just blocked me because they did not want to have that conversation openly. So, yeah. So hopefully Fender don't do anything like that. Anyhow, let's have some fun. I'm going to plug in my bass. Try to get some idea to record on the bass. Excuse me because I suck. Not very great at it, but you know, it is what it is. I found a preset earlier I thought was kind of interesting. All right, let's see what I come up with. Tempo thing worked just fine. Just tapping on it. So pretty much reading what I wrote over there on my K-Osculator. Speaking of which, the K-Osculator is coming out with a new version that I'm not quite sure how to feel about. They didn't really upgrade the hardware things that I would have liked for Korg to upgrade. When I looked at it online, I mean, it's cool. It has like a 2-zone touch where this has a 1-zone touch, but would be kind of cool if it had balanced outputs, which it does not. It would have been kind of cool to have a balanced input instead of a mic input. I don't believe that's a line balanced input. And it goes to a preamp. However, the effects and things on it were cool. And another thing I'd have hoped for was like a bigger touch screen, like where you can have multiple octaves. But nah, that's another topic for somebody else to cover. But that's my thoughts on that. I don't know if anybody's seen it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just let's record some junk, see what happens. Hopefully I find a section I like and I can loop and build from there. So metronome's on, right? Hopefully that works like I think it should. All good. All right. It's not recording, is it? What in the world? Or is my gain just too... Oh, okay, my gain's just very low. Zoom, data zoom. Okay, it's recorded something. that again. Way off time. Good Lord. Nope. Garbage. Loop that, whatever, I don't care. Let's get some garbage going and have some fun. Okay. Seems like I'm mostly on time. I mean, pretty close. Fairly close. I should probably check out the feature of correcting that, huh? See if anything's changed there. Now, this is where I'd want to use the inspector window. Unplug this thing. The inspector window to, layers follow events. I want that off so it doesn't drag the bottom events around and make a whole mess, which I think that's some feature that needs to be improved upon. On how that works and functions on the layers, but that's a whole other topic. All right, turn off the live stuff. It's pretty bad. I might want to record something. I'm just checking this out. Timing's a little funky. Awful. I can come up with a much better bass line, but whatever. Let's what I usually do, audio, detect transients, wherever that's at. There it is. There we go. I gotta turn the threshold. No, it's pretty. It's close. Yeah, it's accurate. I don't have to turn the threshold right now. Okay, let's just go ahead and quantize it. Fuck it. And then apply start times. All right. I need to gate that. Good Lord. All that gain in that amp. Is there a gate in this thing? Oh, that whole open up the thing is kind of weird. Single click versus double. I remember people talking about that. What's this? Input level, output level. Where is the gate in this thing? Do you have to add a gate? Do you have a gate to add? Is there a gate? I mean, this plugin does look cool. Not gonna lie. But where is, okay, delay, stop, modulate. Ooh, they have a lot to choose from. Dynamics and EQ. I mean, metal gate. Let's try that. There's a gate right there. Give that a try. Okay. Man, I can't read that. There we go. Oh, double click. Cool. I kind of like it so far. Not horrible. I don't know if that's the right gate. Do they have another gate to choose from? I don't care. We'll just rock it. Attenuation. little shitty bass line. Let's add some drums to it. Hey, it pulls up my recents from Studio 17. Pretty all right. Cool. Check out this new Impact. Not want to do that to that. Damn, input quantize wasn't at the right value. It kind of screwed me there. So goofy. I love how horrible that stretching algorithm is on the Impact when you change the envelope. Like that stretching algorithm, it'd be cool to have other stretching algorithm possibilities that were quote unquote better. But how granular and nasty that sounds, I kind of like in a sick way. I lean towards it all the time when I do that. I'm like, yeah, more of that nastiness. Let's go ahead and filter this thing up a bit. Metallic. I like it. It's nasty. It's dirty. I love the dirty. Yeah, I like that. I gotta get rid of that stock sounding junk. Pad focus. What's that about? What's that mean? Pad settings. What's pad focus do? I don't even know what that does. Anybody have a clue what pad focus is? Hey, what's up? I don't know how to pronounce your name. ABH Abihymenius. Oh my God. Abihymenius Singh Rathor I8B. What up? This is so bad. Let's do it the other direction. No, I want it to be nasty. Nasty just like the other. Distort it the same way. Give it a bandpass filter. And drive it hard. Gain it down to compensate. It's ambient, nasty, metallic sounding stuff. Now let's see what they was talking about with this. Oh yeah, you can envelope it just like any waveform in the editor view. That's cool. Logarithmic or whatever. Let's see what happens let's mess with the end a little bit. Just so I understand how it works a little better. It'd be cool if you could do multiple points, but that's asking a lot. Let's fade that in because that's so distorted. That's going to need, let's try a bandpass on that with some res. Yeah, a little bit of, that's not doing nothing. There we go. Make that nasty too. Back to this garbage beat. My first attempt at making something in this DAW just to check it out. On this version, I should say, I'm a Studio One user, but checking out Studio Pro. Goofy as hell. We're just going with it. Who cares? It don't have to be good. Anything different presence? Let's check that out. I know it's going to look different. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's got my default instrument, which we don't want right now. can actually vibe with. Not a sax. Studio grand. Why not? Let's go to piano. Still a triggering impact. It's got to be the worst beat ever. At least the worst I've done on stream so far. It's pretty goofy. Okay. Yep. Let's filter that too. I'm a big fan of the drive. Slow it down a little bit. Okay, it didn't fall apart. That's good. Bass is a little bit loud. I want to check out the bass a little bit more since it's new. Let's just tweak that a little bit. This beat sucks. Yeah. Cabinet. Let's try a different cabinet. Oh, you can't just select the cabinet. You gotta just scroll over. It's weird. Kind of cool if you just see it. Like, I want this one, and just go right to it, but it's not how that works. Okay. They got options, dude. It's not bad. Oh, they got a direct line over there too. Yeah, direct line. Yeah. Trump the Octobot. add something, bro. Add a block. Okay. Nope. Good lord. Cancel. Add block. Can I not? How do I add a block over here? Anybody know? No, that's not what I want to do. Okay. Add a block. I want to add a block right here. How do I do that? Doesn't seem obvious to me. That changes it right there. That's to change it. I don't want to change it. I want to add to it. Able to add it there, but that takes it away every time, dude. I don't want to do that. I want to add a block. I gotta do this. Does that work? Okay, it did work. Okay, now I want to change that to something else. No. Place. Okay, I see this down here. Alright. Learning. Good lord. Yeah, I kind of like lo-fiing it. So I can actually do a halfway decent bass line. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll crapify it. Try the audio MIDI thing. I wonder what I actually played. I didn't even tune the bass. So they say you can create just a new instrument. Let's do that. Let's create a new instrument track and just drag into it. See what happens. Give that feature a try. That is not where I wanted the instrument. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. It is. I just see the layers throwing me off there. Okay, just drag it down. So it's. Nope. It did not do the thing. It didn't give me a menu. It just made everything middle C. Okay. See, it's not asking me anything. That's not how that works. Okay. Let's see if there's an option. So go to audio. Yep. Extract notes. There it is, up at the top. It's the top option. Extract drums. Extract note. Yep. Also got the bottom. Okay, we'll extract the notes, and then it should work. But just trying to do it the way I seen somebody else do it online. Oh, and it automatically dropped it to the instrument track below. How did it know? Oh no, it just created one, just named the same thing. It did the exact same thing. Okay, did that for me. Okay, so what notes was I hitting? A, E, D, E, C, C, D, B minor, or A sharp, however you want to look at that. Okay. Interesting. Well, now that we've done that, let's replace the low end of that bass with, where's my tie? Once again, this is not me trying to be necessarily creative. I'm just trying to check this out. I'm gonna load. Way too loud. Off time too. So yeah, I didn't quite do it perfectly, but yeah, I don't know why it detected those notes off. It's weird, but okay. It's missing a note too. The half step. Is it a full step? Down or up? No, it was 2 step. I'm a moron. There we go. Quantize those. Yep. Octave, that's what I'm hearing. Something's not right. Just the bass is not tuned. It's awful. Interesting. Okay. That was interesting. Let's go ahead and make a new thing here. I hate that bass line though. Yeah, let's make a new one. Let's make it like fun. Any comments or suggestions? Anybody want to flip me off? Say something derogatory? Go for it. It'll be fun. Is it not working again with in regards to monitoring like my first stream? It's gonna take me for a while to get used to these symbols and no words over here. Yeah, it went blue again. Fender, come on, bro. It's just going blue when I go to light. You know, I got my monitoring on, but it's just blue. It's not man. It was working fine at the beginning of the stream. What happened? What in the fuck happened? Just work. Come on. Hey, what's up? MC Retake. What's going on, man? I'm just checking this out. Checking out features, and I didn't really spend any time with it the other day, and now I'm going to spend a little bit of time with it. Trying to, polish a turd over here that I've started. Trying to figure out why in the world this is not working. Like, I didn't have these problems. Like, I had the same issue last time with their guitar sim not... I got to live monitor it, go to monitor it. Everything's on correctly. It was working earlier, and now it's not working. Yeah, it's just not working now. The question is, why? I mean, the only thing I changed is I added some pedals. Let's say screw those pedals and screw that tone. Let's just reload it. And, yeah. See what happens. Rumble Native. Let's try this again, folks. Well, if it's on live monitor and you load it in, is it because something else? Okay, it's live monitoring. It is working. I kind of like that. Let's go with that. Trying to find something I don't absolutely hate. I'm not very good on bass or guitar, but I occasionally come up with something that's okay. Let's extend this stupid beat. Alright, here we go. Set this up to record. Guess we turn off Presence XT for monitoring. There we go. Let's just put this on, start over. Something like that. Something different, something simple. Cool, play it back. Pretty bad, but I'm gonna edit it. Got the audio bin menu up, and let's turn up the threshold. Yeah, I missed a few transients there. Go back to the quantize menu. I guess I remember that. I mean, I don't think I was above anything of a 16th ever. Heck, probably even an 8th. Let's just keep it at 8ths. Nope, it's gonna be a 16th. I was on the offs on the 16th. Okay, here we go. See, that sounds a little funny. So what we probably want to do is undo that. Here, I'll hit the stream deck. I gotta remember I got this thing. Hey, that's handy. And yeah, we want to cut that up. So in that case, I'll get out of the edit view here. Do it on the timeline. We're going to go to view, additional views, quantize. I always like to keep this up anyhow when I'm working in Studio One. Now, how we want to chop it is not to audio bend. We do not want to audio bend. See if I can remember how to do this. It's been a while. Yep. Yeah, give me a second. I'll remember. You want to slice this thing. I feel like I'm missing a view here. I am. View, additional views, strip slice. Yeah. I used to be able to have both those menus up before. Quantize. Okay. Dang, why can't I remember this right now? Grid groove. No, that's, I know the groove. That's the, if you had another groove that's off from the grid. We're quantizing to the grid. I want to strip, and I've done this with drums a bunch of times. It's just been a while. It's been a long while, to be honest with you. I feel like I need to see the strip slice menu as well at the same time. No, that's not the right menu. Anybody remember this? Probably not. Okay. Well, I do want to see the overview. That's a new feature. That's cool. Right on. I don't have enough to really explore in this session, but view. I always like to keep my record panel open. See if I can keep that open here. Okay. Do not want to see the launcher. Scratch pad, do not want to see that either. Sometimes I do, but definitely not most of the time. I like to keep the menu. Oh, they don't have the regular MIDI monitor open all the time down here at the bottom anymore. Oh, yeah, they do. It's right there. Okay. All right. Find my way back around this. That's the macro. Okay. I'm just going to get, I'm going to have to, yep, strip. It's not strip. It's like strip slice, but it's, there was a menu I would drop down and tell it to, oh my Lord, see if I do this, it's just going to do that. I don't want to do that. So undo quantize. I don't want the stretch to audio. I want it to chop it and put it on the grid. I'm trying to remember how the hell I do that here. That's the snapping behavior bars. No. View. Any suggestions? What I'm looking for here. It's been a minute. I keep wanting to go to strip slice, but I don't think that's not right. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. That's threshold based. It has nothing to do with the freaking quantize. See, if I do it, all I'll do is slice it up. Undo. That's not what I want to do. I mean, it's similar to that, but that's not it. Go back to view. Additional views. Quantize menu. Okay, that's how that works. Quantize on track. What's this? Quantize Q. Okay, quantize on track. That's not what I want. Auto scroll. Yep, that's just not it. Launcher. Okay. Wow, I don't remember how to do that. I guess I'll just strip slice it and do it in 2 steps. That's not how you used to do it. Maybe it's changed. I don't know. That is curious. I have to look into that. Maybe I just need to refresh my memory. No comments? Cool. Lost everybody? Right on. Audio bend. Maybe that's what I needed. Audio bend. This is a different menu look of it. Yeah. Okay, this is what I was looking for. It's audio bend. Dummy. And then I keep it in drum mode. I do not want a time stretch. I do not want time stretch mode. There is no guides. So I want to slice. Quantize 100%. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Autofill. Apply. There we go. Audio bend. Not the quantize menu. It's the audio bend menu you're looking for. Hopefully I did it right. Let's hear it. job. Velocity sensitive to the pitch, so it should give some variance. Give a little bit more variance. There we go. It's a little more little bit more natural now. Template does. All right. These notes, see what I'm doing. Kind of want to adjust that bass tone a bit too. It ain't quite what I want it to be. Track going. Hey. No. Undo. Good Lord. You should just drag that up to the chord track. Can I still not? Can I still do that? Yeah. All I'm trying to do, but it's not. It's not going all the way to what I'm actually doing here. I mean, I'm mostly in the same, doing a single note octave thing, nothing fancy, so whatever. What's that though? I don't know. Who cares? Let's just go with it. play guitar with Fender. Let's check out their guitar stuff. You know I suck at guitar. Now you're going to tune up. I mean, I probably should check out their tuner. Why not? Why the hell not? Why is it not a... Why did it load Mustang Native into... That's not what I wanted it to do. Usually when I do that, it open a new track within the folder. That's what I want to do. Within that folder. Oh my God. That is not what I want to do. I do not want to drop that effect in a folder. I want to make a new track, but okay. We'll just make a new track. Oh, it's gonna be audio. There we go. Now, please work. Houston, we might have a problem. It ain't responding. Why are all these presets so different in overall level? You'd think they'd be more mix ready level. Oh, with the mic on. Tuner needs to be more sensitive. Not everybody wants to have super loud gain when they record. It's not even registering that, dude. The other tuner, stock, will. Crap. Whatever. I'm gonna have to pull up the other tuner because this tuner sucks. Just to be honest. I mean, I like to know exactly what things are down. Why is it? It's not tuner 2 anymore. It's just, what's this? Guitar tuner mono. Wait a minute. That's waves. Okay, we don't. I like the stock tuner 2, but this, it's just called tuner now. Okay. Let's just, oh yeah, it got me real sharp, dude. Like, this tuner is so much better. Trying to get that 55 hertz of drop A. On the dot, please. Enough. That's right. Close enough. Fucking G string. Good. Sharp as shit. There we go. Good enough. All right. y'all tuning in, I suck at guitar, so if you want to see awesome guitar playing, this ain't the channel. Yeah, whatever bullshit I just played, I'll just work with that. Anywho, I don't know, the guitar plugin's okay. I mean, the tuner kind of sucks. There's some weird behavior going on where I accidentally recorded on the old bass channel for a moment because I had it still armed and it was still playing through a bass line. Like, listen to this. How? Did I record on another channel I'm not aware of? And it's just playing the DI? Because that is really odd behavior, is it not? I mean, these are just layers you're seeing here. Right? Is it an instrument I'm hearing? It is. Nope. Yeah, it's an instrument I'm hearing. Ah, okay. Well, that makes me feel better. I'm not crazy. That's what I was hearing, that instrument I analyzed it with. Okay. That was a user error. Back to the business. I'd like to get this bass line back the way it was. It doesn't matter. I got a copy of it, but yeah, I'll just get rid of that. It doesn't matter. Going on YouTube land. Nobody has nothing to say. How's everybody feeling about Studio Pro 8? I don't kind of want to mess with that, but try to turn this trash beat into something that ain't quite trash. It's going to be challenging. trying to learn how to use these. But I think I'm figuring it out slowly. I need some filter pitch. I need some crazy effect of some sort. Something. Side. I wish that was a little bit better, honestly, but I don't want modulation. Let's add some different effects. Let's have some fun. Do some guitar junk, literal junk. Do something a little different. bass line a little funner. Filter shaper. Spent most of today checking out V8. So many crashes. I can't read it on the phone. I have no faith in it. I haven't had a crash yet. I'm on a old Alienware Area 51M with the i9 9900K in the closet. It's not even in this room, so I don't hear fans and junk. But so I'm going through USB extenders like 30 feet through the wall and stuff. So so far I haven't had a crash. So we'll see if we can do that. See if we can accomplish that today. Crash it. Sucks so bad. Yeah, just leave it be. Send. Studio Verb. Special Spaces. Cosmos. Let's do it. There's something right there should automatically done. Can I lock that? I can, okay. It should have had 100% mix. I think it did maybe when I changed the preset, it just didn't keep it. That needs to change. When you change the preset on an effects sense, I believe like room reverb would do that. Let's see if I'm right. At least it used to. Let's see. So room reverb. Oh, well, you gotta start a send with it. Hold up. We'll do a room reverb send. 100% wet and locked. found an issue. Okay, so here on room reverb, and I made this end. As you can see, it comes in locked at 100% wet. And I can change presets, and it will maintain the 100% wet lock position for a send and return effect. So, but here in the Studio Verb, I'll show you again. Let's just undo that. Let's just get rid of, we'll just make a new send. Who cares? New send to Studio Verb. All right, trying to crash this anyhow. So as it came in, as you will see on the Studio Verb here, oh, this double click thing. Yeah, habit's going to take a long time to break. So single clicks what opens it. Anyhow, as you'll see, it comes in. Oh, it didn't even. That's a problem. That's a problem, Fender. It didn't even load. It did not even load at 100% wet when you send it on a send. It needs to do that. So it needs to load at 100% wet and be locked like the other, and that's fine. Anyhow, that's just a gripe and something I found as an issue to start off with that new effect. something, I don't know. It's pretty monotonous. Don't really even care if it's perfect or not. Let's rock with it. Now I'm on PC, man. I'm on Windows 11 on an old Area 51M, laptop. It's got the desktop i9 9900K inside of it. 64 gigs of RAM, Windows 11, all that. I mean, I've had no crashes, but this is really my first time getting into some bullshit production with it. I mean, so far it's been pretty all right. The only thing I came across, which is odd, is that the amp simulators from Fender do not always automatically calculate to adjust for low latency monitoring for recording. That's been an issue. And then when you drag in the new Studio Verb, it doesn't, as a send, as you should more times than not. When you send it to a track to create another track as a send and return, it does not go 100% wet automatically and lock it. So when you're going through presets to find something close to what you're searching for, it's mixing in some of the dry. So that's an issue. But other than that, no crashes, not really any issues. I think a lot of people's having issues with file settings and settings transferring over, but I've always kept mine in an external. I mean, it's internal to the laptop, but it's outside of the. It's just drive I in my computer. It's not on drive C, and I've always had my libraries pull from that for all my Studio One settings to be saved in preferences and all my sessions. So far so good for me in my setup. But I can understand. I've seen online and understand why there is some issues with. Pulling, like, let's see. I've seen this issue online too. Speaking of which, let's go to one of my presets from previous versions. Like, I got vocal chains. Let's see if I have issues with my vocal chains. Let's go ahead and save this junk. There's some things I actually kind of like. I kind of like the bass line of this beat, but so I need to save. I haven't tested it to that level. I will not mix V7 with V8 until I'm sure they cross over perfectly. Right? Yeah, man. I'm staying on I'm staying on V7 for my current projects, and until I've established trust with Studio Pro 8, which I've had no big issue yet. Until I've established trust, I'm not going to do anything serious in it. I'll probably make beats in it like this, just stream and bullshit and test it out, but. Beats okay. I appreciate that, man. This is pretty garbage for my standard, but sometimes I got good ones, sometimes I got garbage like this. I kind of like how the real bass has been glitched into the bass amp and sounds the way it does. Like, it sounds like a possible EDM jam now to me, but nothing that I would want to use for my projects, really. But yeah, man, where you commenting from? What part of the world are you from? And while you're answering, I want to see if a vocal chain of mine, because I've seen people have this issue online with the vocal chain or an effects chain they had not really doing what's supposed to. Let's just add a new track. It opened my template just fine. Like, this is, I started with my template, so there's a lot of presets in it, but I didn't drag over a preset. In the UK, well, what's up from Indiana in the USA? I'm sure America's looking quite crazy to the world right now. What do you say? Seems crazy to me, and I live here. I've always lived here. And this is kind of a big effect. Let's see how this does. I mean, it pulled in all right. Yeah, I mean, it's doing okay. That's a big vocal chain, you know. I got a lot going on there. And it seemed to load just fine. I need to get rid of that. But loaded just fine. Huh. Yeah, I haven't came across many of the common issues I've seen people talk about online. I feel like a lot of people on Mac had more issues with dropouts and stuff than people on PC, from what I've seen. It's going to happen everywhere. Man, dude, yeah, the world is, the world's in flux. I don't want to get too political on this music channel, but man, the world is approaching a new world order, so to speak, and it's not a good one. Right? We are blessed to be alive. You have any dropouts on your Mac M4? I'm envious. I want to go to the M4, bro. Like, power-wise, like, that should be freaking a beast. But I have seen people on Mac having issues. Like, I've yet to own a Mac. I've bought a Mac for my stepdaughter for her college work, online college work. And my lady has a Mac, and I got an iPhone right here, but I've yet to buy a Mac. And I had no reason to until the Apple Silicon's been just killing it for music production. So bypass that for now. What you talking about? Oh, first Mac ever? Are you on your first Mac ever? Because, man, I haven't even tested, you know, I just got an M4 for my stepdaughter on a Mac Air, but I'm just going to let her, you know, leave her computer alone. But I'm anxious, dude. I'm thinking about really getting me a M5, M4. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, fuck the political talk. Yeah, I mean, dude, I will say this. I think all the polarized sides are fucking going crazy. Like they're too into their own shit. They like to smell their own shit way too fucking much. But yeah, man, fuck all that. Like I'm not a follower. I'll put it that way. I like to think independently. I think independent thought is needed in the world. I think independent thought is what the world is sorely lacking, and there's too many sheep following, you know, the wolves, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know about the Windows updates, man. I mean, I update mine kind of regular, you know, on the regular, bro. I mean, here and there's a force update that causes issues, and I'll roll back, and then I'll update a DAW, then I'll go forward, and then usually it's pretty good. But yeah, once you've been on Windows so long, dude, you know the game, how to play with things, updating drivers occasionally, and sometimes that causes issues. You need to roll that back too. It's always a clusterfuck as for a user to make sure everything runs smoothly. Yeah. Not enough independent thinking anymore, dude. A lot of proud sheep acting like the other side's sheep when they're producing plenty of fucking wool themselves. I don't want to isolate nobody. This is not a political channel, but man, oh man. Anything you want me to check out while we're on here, bro? Like, I'm trying to find issues with it, and there's not really a whole lot to find. On my end, at least. I found a few. Right. Yeah. Updates were slowing down music production from being fast to breaking S7, huh? I mean, Studio 1.7 is pretty good, but I don't know if they're not. I mean, my question is, are they going to support it with updates anymore? Well, if they're anything like Presonus, that's a no. And then eventually it's going to probably have problems with OS updates. So we may be forced to go to Studio Pro 8, which, as long as Studio Pro 8 is awesome, dude, and they fix a few things that I've found and others are finding, and they solve issues, and they continue to get better and do the work for the user base that presonus has been known to do, because things have been slowing down. Even presonus last few years, you know, the support, it was getting slower, and the updates were getting a little bit less impressive the last year or so. That was during COVID, so I understand. But after the acquisition, things have been pretty slow overall, and I don't know. I just question how they're going to treat us in the future. I don't know. Yeah, S7 may be dead in a couple years. I mean, I still have 6, I think, installed in here. But yeah, I don't know what the future holds. Hopefully they just do right, and I mean, they got their name on it now, dude. So, do they want to eat shit from the community, or do they want to make the community happy and then proud about the Fender logo? Because that's up to them. You keep this functioning well. You invest in research and development for programming and feature functions. You know, improve the DAW further, because it's a race. It's a race that's never going to end. Logic, Cubase, Pro Tools, FL, Ableton, like, you got steep competition all around you. So you got to keep your foot to the pedal, Fender, if you want to keep your user base happy. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the main focus on guitar owners. I do appreciate it, because I mean, like I said, I suck at guitar, but I appreciate them making it easy for the guitar people. Like, I do appreciate that for those people, because I would like this community to grow, but you cannot let, you know what I mean, the existing user base and engineer types leave and replace them with a bunch of noobs that just want to record guitar ideas. I mean, you could have recorded guitar ideas on Amplitude back in the day. I mean, and it was pretty simple. Like, yeah, this is simpler, but I mean, that simple user base is only going to go so far, and they're only going to spend so much. And they're not probably always going to spend money with Fender. They might just like, okay, this is a cool little app for recording my guitar idea and doing some little bit of mixing, but that don't mean they're going to buy Fender or always buy Fender gear or stick with even this software. I mean, where people who are deeply invested in it, like myself, into the ecosystem with the Studio Live and all the attachments that extend it to other rooms and different locations for monitoring and recording. Like, I spent a lot of money with presonus and some with Fender, and to keep me, they're going to have to keep me happy, and there's a lot of them out there like me. So I'm rambling, my bad. We shall see, man. I hope for the best. I really do. I mean, I'm in my early 40s. I've been doing music production since 99. So 27 years ago, I started into the recording arts. I wouldn't quite say production. Maybe 2001 I started production. I mean, I did 2001. Some engineering. And out of all those years, this is the longest I've been happy with a DAW. This is the most I've probably invested and reinvested in updates for a DAW. I've only reinvested in Pro Tools like twice. Adobe Audition twice. It was originally Cool Edit Pro, then I went from that to Adobe Audition and just bought it once. So twice there. Got Pro Tools and version 9. Okay, I've updated Pro Tools 3 times. In the perpetual license, so 3 times of Pro Tools, and I've been updating since version 3 with Studio One, and we're now at 8. So that's 5 times I've invested and reinvested in this DAW. I've also invested in ImageLine Fruity Loops, and I've bought the Everything bundle there. And I've invested into Reaper one time. But yeah, Studio One's the DAW I've fallen in love with, and I don't want to have to leave. I am going to invest in a Mac next year, and I am going to buy a Logic license. Might as well learn that DAW and have a little bit of fun with it. And just in case Studio One gets crazy, or excuse me, Studio Pro goes crazy and Fender drops the ball, I'll have somewhere I can go. Yeah, I never tried Cakewalk back in the day. I know it's popular way back in the day. Right. They are not. The guitarists are a weird bunch, for sure. I've only played with Logic, so I've never really done a full production on Logic, so I wouldn't know, but I'm curious. I've played more with GarageBand, and I've played a little bit with Logic a long time ago. Yeah, I love Studio One too, man. Like that's why I'm here, you know. That's why I'm trying this and seeing if it'll break, and so far so good. It's been pretty good. Let's turn on my mixing template with this beat, which puts the processor under some load. Kind of weird, it's clicking and popping when I turn those on. Didn't do that in version 7, but so this has a whole lot going on, and let's see if it plays without having an issue. I mean, it's doing all right. Did a few adjustments there with the template on, with the mixing template, bus chains on, mix bus chains. I mean, I like it, to be honest, so far. Like, there's a few issues here and there, but I've never had a brand new, version DA, even Studio One, there's always some little thing here or there. Every DAW has that, bro. But so far, I like it. Like this here is pretty cool. I can see having a big session. I mean, we could open a big session if you liked and take a look. Save this. And then, yeah, let's open a big session. Check that out a little bit more. Here's something I got going. Yeah, I'm Studio Pro 8. I mean, it's okay in my book so far for me. That don't mean others are not having issues, but I don't like the blue glowing top of it. I think that's corny. I mean, it's just keep it black, or I mean, I don't know. I understand maybe they're just keeping it blue for the Studio One throwback, but I mean, if you're gonna get rid of the name, bro, I like to see the Fender logo. It's Fender red. I guess white's okay. Hell, I don't know. I just don't like the blue glowing top of it. I do like how the actual, I don't know what you call that, border at the top with the file edit and all the other menu options up top. I like how that's black now. I think that's dope. Like the very, very top, right above that. It used to be white, I believe. Now it's either reacting to the OS settings or they've just made it black. One of the two. All right, here's a session I am currently mixing, and we got to get some better vocal takes. We tried last time, we just wasn't getting it. But here's something I'm mixing. I want to check out the overview function in this. If I can remember how to do that. View. Is it in here? I think it's in here. Maybe not. Where was that at again? Overview. Is it over here? Yeah, there it is. There's the overview. All right. Get rid of the close the mixer. Like, how do I? Yeah. That's okay. I think if I learn how to use it, that'd be cool. As you can see, I got something far in the session over there. I can't really navigate the way I want to. Let's zoom in. Okay. Here we go. Not quite. There we go. I like that. That's cool. You just make a box and find what you're looking for quickly. Scan through the session. And I have a lot of things in folders, so it's not really even showing everything in closed folders. But Shelby's doing vocals and stuff last time. This could be a little smoother. Like, I feel like this could be how it's jumpy between tracks. I think just make that smoother. I'd prefer that, where it's just a smooth. Like, see, I'm trying to drag down, and yeah, that can be better. I like the concept. It's still usable, but it could be better. It could be a smooth transition and actually stay where my mouse is, not be jumpy. That would be cool. Okay, I'll check that out. This is a busy session with a lot of guitar sims and drums being triggered from Steven Slate and Superior Drummer 3. Mixing mastering chain, which it will glitch out even in 7 with this computer if I have it completely on, so I got to bypass the final ozone, just rely on the L1 limiter. But the low latency setup limiter I got there. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot going on and you can't see it all, but I'll go ahead and just play it. I'll try to show it all too and go through the overview as it plays. Let's set that up. Let's open up the folders so you can see the MIDI and all the tracks and the automation. Bass guitar tracks are open. Great. What about guitar? Guitar's all open. I'll have it in the folder. Okay, I think everything's visible now. I think. 100 tracks, roughly. Something like that. Let's hit play and go. Yeah, it wasn't as smooth as 7 there. I've heard a few dropouts without this really peaking. It had a few issues, and I know there's issues with like even in 7 had issues with like if you use the render out / freeze bounce a track, it would bounce it in a stereo file unless you had it mono and you had pan center and you did not have any stereo effects within. I seen another user talk about this the other day, which he's right. 7 had the same issue. I think maybe 6 did too, but 7 it got worse. So it would render out a mono track into stereo when it should. So it's processing things post fader and then rendering it into a stereo file. Where what it needs to do in freeze is render it and freeze it in pre-fader and keep all the automation for panning. And it shouldn't matter if you accidentally put a stereo track onto a mono track, and the track is still a mono track, especially if you convert it back to a mono track, it should freeze out as mono. Like that's something else that needs to be addressed with Studio Pro, and they had that issue with Studio 7 or Studio 1.7 as well. But right, our bottom right, I don't know what you're talking about. Stupid username 38. I like your username, by the way. Stupid username 38. It's kind of dope. I'm jealous. But yeah, our bottom right, what are you talking about? You still there? But yeah, this is not as smooth. I need to make sure I do not save this. I'm going to close this out. I do not want to save it. Absolutely not. Because I'm still working on that in 7. But everything loaded and played, all the effects changed is about how I had it. So that part of it's good. But they have things they need to fix, and they need to listen to the user base and actually fix. And I have figured out how to do a little bit of this now, which is kind of cool. It will zoom in for you that way. That is dope. Okay. I do like this. Now when you grab it in the middle, it just needs to not be jumpy, which in a small session is not so jumpy, but in a big session, it's quite jumpy. Like, look, trying to go up, and it's not going up. There we go. It's a little funny. Oh, channel overview. Thanks, man. My bad. Yeah. Yes, there are 37 other stupid usernames. So you got the 38th one. I like it. Let's go back to my stupid beat that I've started today. That's what I should call this. Stupid beat. You inspired me, stupid. No, I'll just name it after you, bro. Stupid username 38. There we go. Official name of the beat. Congratulations. Don't sue me, please. Right. Yeah. Warning, do not update to V8 if you run the SSL control surfaces. The name change has broken the relationship. Same with this. So it's not really broken, but if I go to UCNet on my board here, I'll have to change my DAW control. Let's see if it'll even read it. I haven't even tested that yet, how this works, if DAW mode works or not. Let's figure that out. That's concerning that it's not showing the option like it usually would. UCNet control saw. It's not pulling up. Studio Pro. That's alarming, Fender. That will really piss me off if I can't use DAW mode in this. I'm glad you brought that up, stupid username 38. Well, this is saved. Let's close this out. Oh, that'll piss me off. Haven't even tested that yet. UCNet. Here, I'll pull it up on the screen so people can see what I'm talking about. I bet I have to update to the Fender. I seen that the other day. The user control Fender. That's what's going on. So yeah, the universal control is not going to see that. So I'm not going to be able to do that on live stream. And I don't know if I want to update this yet. I'm not there, man. I'm not there yet. But okay. I do believe you still can. I haven't tested it, so I don't know. I just have to update my firmware, and I don't freaking feel like doing it because everything works great for Studio One. I'm over here talking and got the damn mic off. My bad. Let's open back up. Yeah, so on DAW mode, you're not going to be able to use DAW mode because I haven't updated Universal Control to the Fender Universal Control and then updated my firmware to this Fender Universal Control, or excuse me, Studio Live firmware. I'm just not doing that. Not today. Maybe in a couple months I'll go ahead and bite the bullet and jump to Studio Pro 8. And I got collaborators that's still on 7, bro. So, you know what I mean? Like, we're sitting back and forth sessions, and I can't send. That's another thing they need to fix is, like, if you're sending to a user on a different version of Studio One or even Fender Pro in the future, there should be some kind of conversion layer through their online collaboration stuff where for some, like, they should have, Fender should own all the plugins they could possibly own. And if something needs bounced or some features missing from one version to the other, they should automatically make it where the older version can open up a newer version's session. Kind of like Pro Tools. Like, that needs to be done. Any device that is reliant on Studio One name will be negatively affected. In the case of SSL 360, the relationship is now broken. Well, hopefully SSL will update that so it can communicate with, you know, Studio Pro 8. Hopefully they do that. If they don't, that's kind of bad on Fender for changing a name and not realizing users are going to have that issue. But it kind of falls more on SSL if they're wanting to keep their gear modern and working for their customer base. But I hear you. If anybody sees this, I hope they take note of that. Because my DAW mode, I can't even test right now because I don't want to go through and update all my firmware. Like, I got too much stuff going on in 7 right now. I'm not committing to 8 until several months goes by and there's some updates and I can thoroughly test it out. Till then, dude, I'm cool where I'm at. Everything works on Studio One 7. So anyhow, I am going to go ahead and show this beat real quick and get it playing and looping. And I got to take a leak, guys. Good Lord. Coffee's going right through me. There's some other things today I want to do, so I need to probably hop off here in the next 15 minutes or so anyhow. So that's what I'll do. I'll loop the beat, and then I'll end the live stream. Right. Yeah, I mean, this is Fender's first stab at real software, let alone DAW workflows that have to interoperate with other equipment outside of them. I mean, they are in a territory they've never been before through Studio One. Studio One's been there, and a lot of Studio One staff is still there, but they're feeling themselves a little too much, and a little bit of vanity is going on here, brand vanity. So stupid username beat. That's another issue. Look at that. I cannot click on a session and open a session until it loads the fucking news feed. That is irritating, dude. God. And it's slow. I mean, my internet's not that bad. I can't open a session till the stupid news feed connects. That needs to be fixed. Right on, stupid username. Yeah, I appreciate you dropping in and commenting, man. I appreciate it, and sharing information I can share with others. So hopefully if they're on SSL, they don't, give up on 7. They just stay on 7. Enjoy that African National Cup final, man. Are you from Africa, speaking of which? It still won't let me. Dude, this is a problem. Oh, now it has the news. Yeah. Now it's loading what I clicked on. Like that's an issue that needs to not ever happen again. Ever. Especially, I'm mobile half the time in the truck. Like, I'm a truck driver and I don't always connect to the internet. Sometimes I just open the session and work on something. And if I got to wait for a news feed that's not connected to the internet for it to work, it's just not going to work unless I connect the internet and wait for minutes for it to load. Like, that's so dumb, dude. You're in Europe. Okay. Right. I mean, I'm used to calling things sessions, though, from Pro Tools and Adobe Audition. Like, app roaming error. Plug-in. Well, there's something going on there. But, all right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and loop this beat on the way out of this live stream. I'm going to end it at 2, so I'll let it loop for 5 minutes. I'm going to go take a leak and get off here. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. Shout out the stupid username 38, and Shane 5445, and MC Retake. It's nice talking to you guys. I'm gonna hop off here, hit this on loop, and be gone. Just came back downstairs and this shit's glitching. So yeah, Studio Pro 8. You ain't quite there yet, buddy. Not horrible. It was good most of the session, but yeah, my dogs are in here making a bunch of noise, but you got some improvement to do, so. All right, I'm out of here. Later, y'all.